going to give me a hard time this morning. Y'all know this computer loves me. All right, we've already written in our table of contents. So you do not have to write in your table of contents because we've already done that. We're still on page 17 and 18. We're still on the same indicator and the same focus statement. But today we're going to be focusing on what?
Subtraction.
Subtraction. What did we do on Monday? I mean on
Addition.
Thursday?
Addition.
Addition. Okay. What I want you to do in your notebook, on your foldable, I want you to label this top left flap with subtraction equations. Top left flap with subtraction equations. All right, let's talk about a few things before we start our lesson today. In our last lesson where we did addition equations, we talked about inverse operations. What are inverse operations? Look on the left. If you can't remember, look on the left. Opposite operations. So last week we did addition equations. What's the inverse of addition?
Subtraction.
Subtraction. Today we're going to do subtraction equations. So what's the inverse of subtraction?
Plus.
Plus or addition. All right. Now, what is our overall goal? What are we trying to do when we are solving an algebraic an algebraic equation? What is our overall goal?
To find the value of the variable.
To find the value of the variable. And we talked about, since COVID, what's the one word that we've used a lot when we've had to get something by itself?
Isolate.
Isolate. So we're trying to isolate the variable. If you need a highlighter, raise your hand. Because I want you to highlight right here. Isolate the variable. Because that is what we're trying to do. We are trying to isolate the variable. That's our ultimate goal. And isolate means to do what?
Stay away from
Leave it alone.
To get it by itself. For it to be alone. Not to be around anything else. All right, I want you to open. And I did put a box right here to show that we're on subtraction today and that we're going to use addition to solve our subtraction equations. So on the very bottom part, I want you to write your equation. So right here, on the part that's taped down, I want you to write C minus 13 equals 57. C minus 13 equals 57. All right, what's the inverse of subtraction?
addition.
Addition. So what are we going to add?
Plus 13.
Plus 13. Did we do anything to the C?
No.
Nope. So what am I going to do?
Bring it down.
Minus 13 plus 13 does what? Do we have anything? No. Because if I'm at minus 13 and then I add 13 back, what happens?
You're at 13.
I'm at 0, okay? If I'm at negative 13 and I add 13 back, I'm gonna be at 0. So that cancels out. Bring down my equal sign. Now what are we gonna do?
57
So 7 plus 3 is,
10.
write my 0, carry my 1. 1 plus 5 is
6.
6 plus 1 is
7.
7. Now what should we do?
Subtract.
We should check our work. So C is 70. So I'm going to do 70 minus 13. 0 minus 3.
Can't do
Can't
it.
do that.
So what are we going to do?
Borrow from 7.
Borrow from the 7. 10 minus 3.
10 minus 3 is 7.
7. 6 minus 1.
5.
5. Does it work?
Yes.
Yes. All right, I want you to flip over to page 18. The top right on page 18, since we break it apart into 4 sections, I want you to label that subtraction practice, okay? Subtraction practice. And I want you to write y minus 21 equals 18. All right, so what are we going to do?
There's the
Bring.
right plus 21 and plus 18.
Okay, plus 21. So if I do it on the left, remember if I go to Dollar General, I do it for Campbell, I have to do it for John, okay? So if I do it on the left, I have to
Same on the right.
do it on the right. So what did we do to the y?
Bring it down and the equal sign.
Yep, bring the y and the equal sign down. What happens? Minus 21 plus 21.
And 0.
Yep, cancels out. 8 plus 1.
9.
9.
1 plus 2.
3.
So we have y equals 39. Now what do I need to do?
39. Take away 21.
39 minus 21. 9 minus 1 is
8.
3 minus 2 is
1.
1. Does it work?
Yes.
Yes. All right, let's try another one. $31 equals G minus 16.
You have to switch it up because you can't do it like that.
Do we have to switch it?
Yes.
We do not have to switch it, okay? I'm going to show you. We don't have to switch it. It doesn't matter which side the variable is on. We just have to make sure that we isolate the variable, that we get the variable by itself, okay? When you have subtraction, sometimes it can be a little bit tricky if you start switching around, okay? And you could make a mistake, a careless mistake, and switch the wrong thing when you switch it around, okay? When we're doing subtraction, it's easier if we just leave it like this and work it out. Now, we want our variable, our G, to be by itself, okay? We want to isolate that. So whatever's with the G, we've got to get rid of that. What's with the G?
The minus.
The minus 16. So what are we going to do to get rid of that minus 16?
Add 16.
Add 16. And if I do it on the right, I have to what? Do it on the left. All right, now, if I've got 31 plus 16, what's 1 plus 6?
7.
7. 3 plus 1,
4.
bring down the equals, bring down the G. I have minus 16 plus 16.
Mark it up.
Mark it out. It's done. Now what should we do?
47. Take away 16.
7 minus 16, I'm sorry, 7 minus 6 is
1.
4 minus 1 is
3.
3. Now this had to match over here. Does it?
Yes.
Yes. So that does work. All right, we do have an exit ticket, okay? And your exit ticket is on the last slide.